The you don't know what these things are, so like the name of the creature is the name of the blade, so or has the name of the blade in it. So I'll tell you if you come across it.
Can Donovan do a knowledge check? He hasn't actually.
But it is an exotic weapon. Does D10 slashing damage 19 times 19 20 times 2. It's +1, and then you already know what the firearm part does.
Okay, so I've got a red bug gun.
And just because it is now going to be a lot of tracking on my end. Azzy, there are 21 charges remaining in your gun.
Okay.
Uker's gun has 33 charges remaining.
Is there a way to tell?
Okay.
Midwick.
Um,
I see.
You asked about bullets. You didn't examine the gun too much. There are slight lights on the gun.
If
And
if
then-
yours goes click, I'll give you mine, and then I will use it as my beating stick.
And then what are you doing with the other two guns?
Donovan will pick one up.
Okay. Donovan's, yours has 6 charges left in it.
To use it as a melee weapon, is that also exotic?
It is also exotic because of the weird handles and.
That's absolutely fine.
I'm the fighter. How come I can't pick it up?
So Lokrik's got one, Uker's got one, Donovan's got one. Got it. So you pick up your space guns.
So
Midwick's
Uker is
and
going
then
to
picking up the
practice
grenades.
with this weapon by 5-foot stepping and coup de grace one of these insect creatures because it's like,
as you force blast the thing's face open. Some of you cringe as you see some of the tentacles that scared you from its face go flying across the room.
Oh, the damage that Midwick and Lokrik sustained that needs a restoration or lesser restoration.
It is damage, not drain.
so it would need restorations or less restorations.
And
Let's do a
then
heal.
Midwick, you find
Grenades.
13 more concussion grenades.
I'm adding them to my list. Dude, do you want some? Do you want some of these?
And one of them was holding on to a head. It
Kind of
is
head.
a construct head.
Lemmy is actually scanning them, scanning the creature, scanning the head.
The construct head looks much less aesthetically pleasing than the medical bots that were destroyed in Medbay.
Lemmy, would you like to be a key carrier? Grab the head thing. Maybe it'll scan. Maybe it'll. The things were pointing magic at us.
Right.
All right,
We'll
so
do
let
that.
me put the robot head.
Lemmy,
It's normally
you
medium,
carry
so
the-
the robot head
Yeah,
is
Lemmy's got the bag. He's got a
tiny.
little robe on.
That is cool. That is a cool name. That is a cool what's that space movie? The stupid show. Mystery Science
Oh.
Theater looking.
Yeah.
Greetings, I am CXR1000, Model B Prime, autonomous android. My common designation is Mr. Obsolete. I am slated for deprecation. How may I be of
Assistance
service?
or service.
What language
Miss-
is he speaking?
Oh yeah, it's good.
He's speaking Gnomish.
Oh,
That's cool.
Oh, can you tell us? Can you tell us how to get out of here? Oh, can you tell me where Yig is?
have many functions. What do you mean, get out? I would not be advised to go outside the orb. There are many hostile.
We'll take this moment to coup de grace the other one, but this time with the blade end. With the blade end.
Okay.
We'll see how this works.
It's a D10. It's a two-handed weapon.
Yeah, it works plenty fine when you add 39 to the damage roll.
Yeah.
Hello. Are you an older model? My ocular device buffer is operating within specified parameters. Are you biohumanoids?
Which way to the reacting room? There's a problem in the reacting room.
Right,
Unfortunately, all lifts have been suspended due to recent security breaches.
Where are the stairs?
Unfortunately, the lifts have been deactivated due to recent security breaches.
How
Can
do
we
we
open?
undeactivate the security, the lifts? How do we fix it?
Controls are in command center.
Where is the command center?
Over to your right, left, right, that direction. Lemieux's kind of pointing it around.
Mr. Head.
Warning. Secure lockdown currently in effect in command center. There are many hostiles afoot.
Where could we find pants?
You biohumanoid should return to your living quarters.
Can you tell me where I can find some wood? I need to find some wood.
Wood.
Wood like trees, plants, wood.
Yes. Go to hallway D, to Skybridge D. There is an access point to the Arboretum.
Which direction is Skyway D?
Skyway D is that way, and you notice that he's kind of pointing that way. Or you can go the long way round. He's pointing to this
lift to get to Skyway D.
No, it is on this level. You are on the main level of the orb.
Ask him if there's anything that's going to go bad if we don't do it right now.
Apologies, but my main manipulator matrix seems to be malfunctioning. Perhaps a reboot is in order? Perhaps a reboot is in order?
How long
Perhaps
will
a
it take you to
reboot is in order?
How long will
Perhaps
it take
a
you to
reboot is in order?
reboot?
Does he mean it needs to be kicked?
Alright, Mr. Obsolete is rebooting.
Oh, that's so smart. Everybody's just passing out and shit. Breadcrumbs, go. 3 or command center.
I'm fairly useless without my spells.
All right, let's go get 3.
He said it's on this level,
So-
so it should not be that bad.
Was it south or north?
Yeah, you guys can see through the windows the main structure of this level, and I will just make sure that if I zoom out and show you things... Oh, I gotta do
How
this
far
now.
is it, Marty? Is it like within 150-foot jump kind of far?
No, you can see the outer walkway, which is just inside of the great sphere that you're in. Goes in a circle
Oh, cool.
with various passageways.
Are there any
Somebody put
vents?
some time in with the map maker.
Are there any vents here, Marty?
Vents?
Yes. Like, let's say the team of us turn into small mice.
Yeah, give me a knowledge engineering.
How does the team of us turn into small mice?
Well, I need magic first.
You don't need magic, you need mythic points.
No, there's animal shapes.
Hmm.
That's an 8th level spell. So, only if we need it. Engineering? Yeah, sec. Does anybody here see any vents? Boom, 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 boom. Okay.
Okay, he was pointing this way, but he also said corridor D or Skybridge D is an access point to the Arboretum. He said you can go around the long way, or you can go through here. But he warned that command was under severe lockdown.
And command was center?
Yep.
Well, we're big manly men. We've got a couple of weapons and no pants. Let's go.
Marty, 31 for
Lokrik is. I don't know. They did something to my head.
I'm not
You
I'm not
have
feeling good
2
either.
eyes. Maybe you're not used to seeing that way.
No, those bugs messed up my face. My
What are
brain.
they?
Let me scanning them with those thing.
Okay. It actually grinds for a little bit, and it says aberration detected.
Interesting.
Knowledge something or other?
And the medical tricorder does not seem to work for aberrations. It just says aberration detected, and
You need to go get the SD card with the expanded
Yeah,
aberration library.
I need to download the DLC for that.
Knowledge engineering?
sure.
36.
The common name for these things are ether gaunts. Ether gaunts are supposed to live in the ethereal plane. They are mysterious and dispassionate creatures of pure logic and evil. They are up there with Aboleth in having ancient empires that seem to not want to go away.
Donovan does not include the word logic in his description. They're an ancient race of evil.
They are highly magical and advanced. And you heard a story where these creatures have goals as lofty as killing all the gods.
They are dickbags.
You understand with your 24 things about them that they can see. They have blind sight.
Mm-hmm.
You know that they can jaunt between the ethereal and the material, making them very dangerous. Mm-hmm. They have SR, and they, like many other creatures in the same category as Illithids, Aboleths, and Ethergaunts, have the ability to dominate lesser minds. They're also a strict caste-like structure, and these red ones are the foot soldiers. The caste goes red, blue, white, black.
Also bad. Well,
They seem utterly hostile, and the fact that they're blowing apart the robots that seem to be part of this place, they might actually be invading.
yeah, we'll find their spaceship. I need to go step away for a minute, but
Yeah, good time for
Donovan is
an
gonna start-
ether. A bio break, an ether break. Nah.
I need a break. Bio break.
I need to go phase
we're
the
gonna be
ethereal
passing
plane,
out
and
some magic
I
circles
will
against evil.
urinate straight into the ethereal plane. Thus,
Oh, it didn't work.
didn't work. Just peeing all over the apartment.
I mean, yes, it did. I have to go change.
Oh.
Aw.
Oh, poor people who live in the ethereal plane.
Hmm. back. Well, the problem I have right now is that most of my awesome spells, or my flexibility with spells, depends on my mystic points. So like the number of summons I have is gonna definitely drop. Alabama.
Oh, Halloween candy.
Yeah, I've been having chocolate for breakfast for a few days. You do what I do, just buy the candy that you like. This is whatever's left over.
Because the entrance to my building's unfriendly, I got 0 trick-or-treaters. 0.
She's like, all for me.
I'll feed the big bag of chocolate bars to my players tomorrow.
Okay, there we go. Sandwich.
Okay, which way are you headed? North?
The long way around or the short way? I would say the long way, to be honest. We hustle. We should,
Lemmy was saying
be,
long.
If we hustle, we should be fine.
What are these other doors?
No wonder no one's responding. There we go. Well, we don't know what them other doors is. We know something bad's up there.
Midwick chimes in. If that's gonna cause us some combat, we might avoid it and just run that extra bit. I'm not comfortable without my guns, but I got a couple of grenades here. Should get us through.
Should we search the other places? Where did all of our gear go?
It's Lokrik, it's not us. These are our actual bodies are somewhere else. I have no idea why our minds are here, but these are not our bodies. Look at our navels.
I understand what simulacra are, and we're not bleeding ice.
He shows you his blood. He actually goes up to you and like, they cut me and I bled, and he wipes it on the front of your tunic, or I guess of your doctor's vest that you're wearing.
So did the white wizard body. It was the same thing.
He snorts with annoyance. He does not want to believe you.
Altagar still has his horns.
I don't know how this works, Lokrik. I really wish I did.
Alright, which way are you going?
Midwick doesn't care. Lemmy wants to go the long way around.
Okay. Lokrik's curious about the doors that are nearby.
What's happening to the dying?
Lemmy wants to go the long way around. Midwick doesn't care. Lokrik is annoyed with Lemmy because Lemmy keeps on saying that we're not real. Lokrik basically pointed at the blood that he bled and basically smeared it over Lemmy's coat. He did ask about what are the doors nearby. And, like, let's find our gear is basically what he wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, let's work our way around the long way and check the doors as we go.
Okay, so this door looks like it's double-plated thick and has security locks on it. It just looks really menacing, the one right across the hall.
Maybe it's like the prison.
Let's just avoid it.
The other doors to the north on either side have similar to the medical bay, like a bit of pounding from Altagar, or like a good huff from Uker might be able to rip them open.
Mm-hmm. 1 second. I am a bard. I have spells.
Hmm.
Do I have comprehend languages? Or am I like, fuck it, I'll just figure things out. I am the latter. Does read magic work?
Maybe. There
Donovan?
there isn't a label on the doors. There are little consoles beside the doors, though.
Oh, quick question. So we can see through windows like here.
Yeah,
Sorry,
you are
here?
inside a massive structure, and there are windows that lead to the outside, and your mind isn't really quite understanding what you're seeing outside. There are some really large orbs and a strange muted sky, and it looks like some strange alien landscape. You'd have to probably get closer to the actual windows to get a full look at it. There's a superstructure that goes up and down from the center. Like there are like rooms and perhaps spaces that go up and down, and then each of the 4 towers on the ends of the skywalks curl up on the inside of the sphere and almost meet at the top, and then curl down on the inside of the sphere and almost meet at the bottom. You cannot see the med bay. It's like you're looking at the door, and it's like the med bay is a extra dimensional space within the sphere.
Okay, that's pimp. Lokric, or
Yeah.
Donovan, can either of you dimension door the group of us through to that hallway? I assume we can see here. Oops.
Yep.
This is an interesting proposal, Lemmy.
But I don't know how safe it is. We'd have to wait for Mr. Head here to do his bootring, or whatever he's doing. I don't know how long that will take.
Well, also, that appears to be a different plane. So I have not certain what happens if we start just hopping around.
Remember when we first met, we first fell into Acropolis? I'm getting that feeling again.
Duk, duk, duk.
Okay. Big, heavy. The door might even be somewhat metallic.
Mm.
You get sort of a vaultish feeling to the ultra secure door.
Do you think there's weapons in here?
Give me your. You've got trap spotting, right?
Yeah, I can look for traps,
Okay. Your
which I will
perception.
do.
Midwick is
Oh, you
hiding.
don't have
Lenny is
trap.
hiding.
You don't have like trap spotter.
I don't have the one that you
Okay.
automatically.
Got it. Never mind then. I shouldn't have said anything. Nothing.
We'll check for traps before we kick it in, but then we're going to kick it in. We'll detect magic on that door.
Okay. There is magic coming off the door.
Okay.
Strong abjuration and strong... 2 strong abjurations and a strong transmutation.
Okay, there's a 35 on the spellcraft check. Uker will do a search check.
Okay. So with a 35... Is it the spellcraft or you're searching?
That's the spellcraft.
Okay. You're pretty sure the door will reflect spells.
Yeah, don't shoot spells at it.
You're
I summon
also
fists.
seeing signs of some sort of disintegration wall.
That's some security.
Uka, how about we don't play with the big scary door?
The last bit of abjuration is making the weird, perhaps adamantine alloy door more secure. It's not even warning you about the security or the type of door. It's just eerily silent.
My bonus is not that high right now. I probably need real tools. Okay, we'll go to the next couple of doors.
Okay. Excuse me. Which side, left or right?
Left then right then, left then right then,
Okay.
left then right.
This door actually denies access. What was Azildan's name? If you guys want to copy paste your actual designations on your tokens, that would be awesome.
Oh, sure.
Looks like Lemmy already did it. It's saying Azildan's designation does not have proper security access, and it's denying entry. It's similar to the lab. Level 2 access required. No, level 3. It's saying level 3. Access denied.
Let's wave the head at it.
Okay. Door opens. Access granted.
Key head.
This seems to be a similar array of rooms to the medical bay. However, it's mostly beds that don't look like they are meant to heal, but look like they're meant to poke and prod. And you do see a robotic arm at the far end of the room that looks like maybe samples are collected in this room.
Okay.
It does name the room when you entered it. It is Genetics Lab 3.
Fuck. Who's so awesome that made this? I want to live here.
So does Donovan get that genetics has the same fundamental word as the gene sequence?
Yep.
This is the room where they try to steal our sequence.
Okay.
Or read our sequence.
Give me a spot check.
Or
Okay.
get shot in the face by the thing hiding behind the desk.
Give me a sec. Okay.
49.
You notice that there's one panel that seems to be whirring away, and in a little bit of gnomish, it says, analyzing A3 Mark V gene sequence, and then it mentions some things about reverse engineering aberrations found.
Is this about me?
Yes.
And there's
Yeah,
there's a nearby screen that is showing like a block for each of the previous marks of it says
Of A3.
A3 Mark 1, A3 Mark 2, A3 Mark 3, A3 Mark 4, A3 Mark 5, And you notice that the silhouette for each of them, the first one looks like more like a puddle. The second one looks like a terribly deformed being, and they're slowly becoming more upright as things are going on.
Alrighty then.
This is Alien Resurrection, and we're in the creepy room.
Yes, we are.
All right, cool. Are they like simulations, or are they like physical things?
Give me a use magic device. It's like there's like a window panel with like weird lights on it, and there's a block where they're labeled for each of them, and you can see silhouettes of different shapes.
All right, Donovan will go do his thing, which is just slightly better than everybody else's thing. 31.
Okay, you're pretty sure if you touched one of the blocks, something would happen.
Let's see it.
Yep.
Which one?
Touch the last one. See what happens.
The one that's like the Mark IV.
Okay.
Help me! It's like Lemmy starts getting memories, flashbacks of a tree.
All right. So you see, like an illusion that is telling the past appear on the screen, and there is a tiny gnome with too big of a skull, and I'll show you his token. And
that's that guy from friggin' Seinfeld with makeup on, isn't it?
and then there's a really large thing that is standing behind the thing with the large thing standing behind. His head comes out like a mushroom, and his body looks like really long stalks, like the stalks of a mushroom, like it's a mushroom person. You notice that he's touching some of the consoles that are nearby, and you noticed a last thing in the room, floating around, looks like a jellyfish that is flying in the air. And I'll show you guys what these things look like.
This is the fourth attempt to try to replicate a clean version of specimen.
Sorry. Where are your designations?
Of specimen A3. The past 3 attempts have been unsuccessful. How is it looking, Kygon?
So what was he saying?
He's saying problem, danger, unclean, and you know that there's probably, give me a knowledge nature.
Just Donovan?
Donovan, yep.
21.
That additional meaning might be captured in the pheromone sprays that it's sending out.
That is super cool.
Yes, it does
His
stink.
fart smells like science.
It does stink, doesn't it? Do we even get to growth phase?
It is life, says the jellyfish in a very calm feminine voice. We should give it a chance.
The last one was a raging beast. This entropic energy has sure done a number on his gene sequence. I vote disintegration.
He's saying something along the lines of danger, no mess. Fine. It is too bad the others are not here in this lab. I am sure they would show some mercy. The little gnome touches a big button, and then you see the screen sort of pan towards a really deformed version of Altagar who is floating in a tank. It looks like he's got transparent skin, and he does feel pain as there's a green beam that tries to disintegrate him a field inside one of the tanks.
Well, back to the drawing board. Let me know when you finish crunching when one of one finish crunching the numbers.
And then the video clip ends.
So it's true then. We're not even real.
I'm real.
Just a
You
cop.
know what?
The
I don't know
question-
if this is real. Lucas walking over to the console.
Okay.
No, okay, don't.
Sense motive DC not very much. He's going to see if
Uker-
this council's real.
Uker, do not. Please do not.
What are you pushing?
I'm thinking about
Breaking it.
We're going to smash the council.
Uker, please don't.
Anyone stopping
Please.
Euchre?
Lemmy's not getting in the way because he knows he can't stop him. Uker, please, I want to see what else there is. Might tell us maybe where we are, how they're getting us, how to get out of here. Wouldn't you like that? Learn more who these other ones are. See who resides, owns this place. Come on.
Uker does one of those those fake out flexes towards the console, like it might flinch.
Got you. let me reflex back.
You're real
Alright.
to me, lad. That's all that matters, says Lokrik.
That's correct. But I want you to get our gear out of your heads. We've got to find new gear. Alright?
Wait, what if they...
Wait, how did you get here? I had to plane shift away from who's
He's smashed.
palace. I had to plane shift away. I couldn't teleport. There's too many of us.
We had to plane shift to the first layer of the Abyss because somebody takes all the good keys.
Yeah, I spend all my time and money getting them keys. There's a reason I have them. It's because I went to get them.
Uker's gonna ask the console...
That's no excuse for leaving us in the abyss.
He was either leaving Altagar.
There's whirring from
He's
Mr.
booty
Obsolete. Really long boot sequence.
Sample B... B2?
There's no wood anywhere, Marty. I assume.
B2.
Did you write your
Handles of
Did you write
something?
your names on your tokens like I asked?
Yeah, I
Yes.
did.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
remember the GM name.
I didn't. I put it under the label.
Okay.
Easier.
So which one are you asking?
I'm asking about Uker.
B2
I want
Mark
to see
II?
if they did anything with the wolf.
B2 Mark II or B2 Mark 1?
B2 Mark 1.
Okay, so you give me a use magic device as you're trying to touch the console with the 5.
Uker might just
Altagar's
break
up
the
there.
console. He's poking.
The deformed version of Altagar is just his old token. Hey. Don't be mean.
You know what? My use of magic device is not bad. 19.
All right, so you accidentally touched at first the first version, and you caught the glimpse of something like liquid and half Altagar at the bottom of one of these tanks screaming. Like, and you're like, oop. Well, look at that one. And you hit back, and then you can see that there are some floating smaller blocks with each of the like folders with each of your designations on them.
I want to know what they did with the wolf.
Okay.
Because I don't have the wolf. What did they do with the wolf?
So
You know that I've got this thing that popped up the second you did that, and the timing was really creepy. It weirded me out for a second.
the
Just
B2
saying.
Mark II or B2 specimen B2.
The specimen B2. Yeah.
Okay. There is a block for B2 Mark 1 and there's a block for B2 Mark 2 and there's also another block for B2 Mark 2B.
Should I put B2 Mark 2A on me?
Yep.
Does that go for all of us?
No.
I click on B2 Mark 2B. This will be angry rage monster?
Sifting through the remnants of B2 Mark 1, we have correctly identified 2 separate gene sequences. And by we, I mean Kygon and Crucifix. It is very interesting
Donovan and sort of dragging him over to pay attention.
that there is a very, because it's like, blip, 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 blip. There's a very virulent strain that might be the first strain of lycanthropy. We shall add these to our genetic stores. This is a minor and unexpected victory. It does not explain the supernatural strength, however, of the original specimen.
Why is he fucking strong?
We shall not, for safety reasons, initiate any sort of tissue manufacture, and simply keep this one on hand and for future study.
Is it around here somewhere? No, I believe they said they're storing the tissue. Tissue, I understand.
Yes, Kygon. I shall send it to the genetic archive.
It's
good point.
stored in multiple locations.
Actually, no. We will send its gene sequence to the... And he... Give me a sense motive.
Motherfucker. He's going to the black market. I'll try to get my genes. Get my DNA back. Take my crunchy socks. They're my crunchy socks. Excuse me. Sorry, I was blacked out there for a second. 56.
Donovan, the little fucker. He's a schemer. Where the others may be more scientifically curious, he's their money guy.
He's selling it as a weapon.
He saw value in it and decided that maybe they'd keep a fresh sample on hand or something along those lines. But you saw the scheme kind of go across his face.
Yeah.
And it's his voice that intercepted your sending spell.
Yeah, he's the one who picked us up. And he's the one who's like, no, you guys have to come right away. It was like, we have this plan to get off the planet without using plane shift. You need to leave right now. Shit.
I was waiting for you to ask for a sense motive, but nope, didn't happen.
Nope. And then my
You're
first
good
was,
idea.
I actually sense motive to that guy. Sending would be really hard too, because there's not that much.
Yep.
He has a plan.
Greetings.
Ed.
I am CXR 1000 Model B Prime Autonomous Android. My common designation is Mr. Obsolete. I am slated for deprecation. How may I be of service?
Let me smack him. Service.
Service. Smacking seemed to work on this model. Service.
Where is B2 Mark 2B?
Processing. I do not have such designation in my data stores. Mr. Obsolete's data stores are somewhat limited. I am slated for deprecation.
Where would we find that information then?
What is B2 Mark 2B? Is that your
Werewolf.
designation?
Werewolf genetics.
Genetics. You are currently in Genetics Lab B.
What is that room? Points at that one.
That is Design Lab.
What is that room?
That is Fabrication Lab 3.
What is that room?
Fabrication Lab 2.
What, that room?
Oh, can I screw up? Design lab, fabrication.
I'm having a hard time with my ocular
Fabrication
processing
lab.
buffers.
I put too many. I put too many of them. Fabrication lab 1. There's no thing in the middle.
No design lab?
There's design lab, fabrication lab 3, 2, 1.
Okay, and then start pointing, like, go to the hallway and point down this side. Duke, Duke, Duke.
That is genetics lab 2. That is genetics lab 1. That is gene archive.
Donovan's gonna wave.
Are you slated for deprecation?
Deprecation means, like, disassemble, yeah?
Disassembly.
No. I am not slated for deprecation.
This unit wonders.
I'm slated
What is
for
your primary
gratification.
function?
What did he say?
What is your primary function?
Be strong.
Processing? Processing? You seem to have taxed him out.
Yep. It's like a little burst of information.
Are you biohumanoids always changing your parameters and textures?
Yes. You should reboot now.
Rebooting now.
Fabrication means making stuff. We might be able to get armor in the fabrication lab.
Or perhaps,
They might have wood.
might have planar rods.
They might have planar rods.
They might.
And this is the gene archive. So let's point the head at the gene archive.
Okay.
Detect magic on the gene archive.
Yeah, there's some magical locks. Level 2 access required.
Level
Head.
2 or level 3?
Level 2.
Level 2.
Move the head in front of it.
I think
Yeah,
one
the head is being waved, and that's what.
The head do.
No.
Alright. I think first things first, we have to secure the ship or whatever before we start trying to secure all of our particular evils that they've separated from us.
What's a design lab? Says Lokrik. What's a fabrication lab?
Well, fabrication is a very powerful spell used to create magics or create items quickly using magic.
Where labs?
Lokrik's eyes grow wide. I've heard of this. This would allow me to create magic items and items even quicker than I can right now. He says.
It's almost as good as me. Right. So let's go to the fabrication lab.
Okay. Level 3 access granted. All right, it's a strange circular room, and part of the room is dominated by a bunch of like robot arms and a weird table, and there are conveyor belts that lead into other places of the complex. And there's a single
basement lab.
There's a single console that basically is blinking. Everything seems to be powered down a little bit. When you walk into the room, the lights slowly come up.
Happen to be gnomish. Gnomish blinking.
There's a mix of gnomish somewhere on the screen.
There's one folder called really boring things, and we it's like taxes. So go take a look, see if we can make us something.
Okay, so the console's there. The room is divided by a pane of glass. Like there's stuff that goes on the other side. There's no like forge for you to stand at or like tools that are manipulated on this side. There's just this console and a seat.
All right. Well, let's see if we can make a thing. But
Okay, use magic device as you're trying to push buttons and screens on the console to make things go.
yeah, we might break something. That's fine too. So, yeah, magic. 33.
Okay, it says basically it's saying please load design. Like no design in buffer.
Dwarf-sized full plate.
It keeps on asking you please specify design. No design in buffer.
Is there like a...
Where's this? Oh, that's only Donovan can understand.
Is there a thing where we could put a thing in, or is there like a more
No.
stuff to like?
What's
No,
the
there's
problem?
nothing that looks like you put anything into this.
What's the problem, Donovan?
You do see something that says log.
Let's look at the log.
Okay. The last thing that was fabricated here were planar bindings.
Did they look like the straps that were on the table?
Yep, and it also shows level 1 access required, and it gives a reason code that you don't understand.
There's a design lab. They need designs. Maybe the designs are there. Let's go to the design lab.
Okay.
We're gonna start rubbing two computer monitors together to see if
Are you going into the other fabrications, or are you going into the design lab?
just straight to the design lab.
Okay, the design
let me
lab
get a-
has some consoles at it. It also has like a raised dais, and there are some like robotic arms that are kind of hanging, or construct arms that are hanging at different around the dais, and maybe some sort of ocular device above the dais. There are a couple of consoles.
Does it look like a scanner?
It looks weird divination magic.
Weird divination magic, or like a disintegration platform. They seem like they're disintegrates here. Keeps things clean.
This was access level 2 to get in, which access level 3 to get into the design lab.
Okay. Dig around with the computer thing to see if we can.
Okay, give me use magic device as you go over to a computer and you're starting to boop, boop, just push things.
23.
Okay. It's asking for inputs.
Axe.
Okay, talking at it doesn't make it do a thing. With 23, it does say manual input or access archive.
Access archive.
Okay, so you end up accessing an archive for axes, and you start to flip through like catalogs of axe types, and there's at least several dozen, and it's kind of asking you for dimensions and sizes, and you can have controls to adjust things. It does have a limited number of materials that you could make the axe out of. And adamantine and others might be under the more restricted access. You need level 2 and perhaps level 1 to do things that are of greater design.
Do they have a dwarfy axe?
You after a while go. Yep, there are several designs of dwarven war axes that after 10 minutes of scrolling and looking and clicking you find.
Holy symbol.
Okay, so you realize you have to kind of manipulate around. Give me
Yeah.
another use magic device as you're trying to search for a different product.
I'm gonna blue screen to death this thing. Yeah, 16. Oh no. Oh no.
You do not find any mention of holy accoutrements here.
Are there any accoutrements that are made of wood?
Um,
Like a shield. Or a table.
Or the handles of the axes.
wood is organic. Organic would have to be grown. No, you do not find wood.
Or you'll end up as being that fake plasticky crap. Fake wood grain texture.
But you do see where you send the design that's desired to one of the 3 fabrication labs.
Right.
And you notice that there is a sigil on fabrication lab 2 and 3 that it's in something is being built.
Cool.
You don't have the proper access to know what's going on in 3. You have the proper access to know what's going on in 2. And I don't know, what would they be building? It's some sort of
replica Jotungraner that's also an artifact.
no, they're it's something called a diamond bit drill heads.
That sounds cool.
Put those in an arrow, and there you go.
It's chuck at my people's face. When you have a 40 strength, that's what you do. Okay. Who needs bows?
You do find
My friend,
you're
look for
in a
guns.
weapons section, and it's basically you can fabricate any standard weapon and even some of the weird ones.
All right. Let's tell it to fabricate. Well, let's make it fabricate something.
I could really use some guns and bullets.
Are guns in their list?
Okay, give me one more use magic device.
Don't screw it up.
For Donnie had a computer, he's clicking randomly. Like,
That's
oh,
exactly
that's
what's
really funny.
happening.
Yeah, he's like, you're talking to it, and it's not doing the thing that you're saying.
Well, he's talking to it. Well, there's also this whole, in my head, there's this, one of these gnomes on the security screen, just hoping, don't look in that folder. There's that one folder, don't look in there. 20.
Yeah, you do find a schematic for what you think is an arquebus.
Cool. This is a file.
I'll take
correct?
it.
Do they have bullets?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll make some of that.
Make as many bullets as you can.
Okay. For
Maybe.
which one are you sending to fabrication lab 1? That seems to be open.
The arquebus.
Okay. It says something that it'll take 2 units of time to complete.
Okay.
Is that head awake?
Two standard time units.
Is there a clock on the thing, or?
I don't know if Donnie knows how to read digital clocks.
Damn it, Donnie.
It looks like some of the other things in the other design labs are taking like 24 units, and the other one is taking 8.
Has it gone down?
Yeah, there's a progress bar and some numbers, and give me an in check or a linguistics
Yeah, let's
check.
do some quick maths.
Yep.
Come on, you can do this.
Linguistics. 6? Okay, you're units.
There's a thing.
I got a unit right here.
Yeah, it's right there. That's how much is
Can
left.
you roll a +9 for Lemmy for linguistics?
Okay, Lemmy's peeking over your shoulder, which makes this
27.
whole computer thing even funnier. No, push that one. Yeah, Lemmio gets it. 2 time units seems to be about 2 hours.